Hey everyone, it's Dale, and I want to really quickly walk you through TRACS since that's where we're going to be spending so much of our time this semester working in the TRACS system. I want to make sure you understand the features and what's available for you there and how TRACS is going to work into your life during this semester in FDOM. So let's take a look. All right, so here we are on the TRACS site itself. You can see we're here in MC 4381, Spring 2019. We have our homepage here. With some information about the class, the structure, lecture lab, and modules, a little bit of information about deadlines, and if you need to contact me at any time, there's all my contact information and my office hour information. As you see here, there are a lot of moving parts with FDOM. Not only do we have lecture, lab, and online modules, there are a lot of deadlines throughout the semester, and so to help make that as easy as possible for you, we try to give you as many reminders as possible. So you'll see the calendar on the right hand side of TRACS, and these will offer up any deadlines that you have coming up. So you can see on January 24th you have module 1 quiz is due. On the 31st, that'll be module 2 quiz. You have lab on Friday the 25th, so on and so forth. So assignments, quizzes, things like that will be available for you here on the calendar. In addition, we also remind you of these deadlines as many times as possible in the online modules themselves. So anytime you see something in red, that means that that is a deadline coming up. So we're here in module 1, which these modules will all look somewhat familiar or somewhat similar. They'll start with kind of the learning points of or the learning objectives for this module. Again, deadlines are in red, so be looking out for reds as reminders. Once you get through all the information and do that, you can see we have a quiz here that's due Thursday the 24th, so you'd click on that to get into the quiz. So those are the modules. If you click on any further modules, they're going to say they're not available until certain times. So these modules open up every Monday at midnight, and so the module for that week moving forward isn't available until that Monday. The syllabus is right here, not only the syllabus, but the schedule. So if you click on the syllabus, you can read everything here. Highly, highly, highly suggest you go through and read the syllabus very carefully, especially this section right here about attendance. Just a quick reminder, we'll go over this a ton of times in lecture and lab. Attendance at lecture is recorded. I ask that you scan in and scan out, even though there is no hard attendance policy for lecture. What I do with those attendance records in lecture is if at the end of the semester you're eligible for a grade bump, attendance at lecture is going to be one of the first things I look at. So please scan in and scan out when you go to lecture. Lab attendance, however, is required. So you're allowed 2 lab absences throughout the semester. On the 3rd absence, you fail the class. So please make sure that you know the policy when it comes to the attendance and how it affects your performance in the class. Likewise, I have information here on the assignments and deadlines. We do not accept late work. So late work, incorrectly submitted work will not be graded. There's just too many students in this class to not follow the rules. So deadlines are down to the second. Once the deadline passes, even if it's 1 second past the deadline, you will not be able to submit your work. The good news is you have a lot of time to do your work in this class. So please keep in mind deadlines as you go through the semester and check on your work. You can see here whatever lab you signed up for, you have the number here. You can not only find the time, but the room and your lab instructor. And then we're still in the process of updating office hours here, but we have the contact information for your lab assistants there. A couple of other things. We talked about attendance. Once we start going on attendance, this is where you can stop and register your attendance for not only for lab but for lecture as well, so keep an eye on that attendance tab. And then assignments is the last thing I want to show you. So Once assignments start opening up, you will be able to view them here. And if you click on the assignment, not only do you get the title, you get the deadline, you get all the instructions for that particular assignment. Here is where you'll be turning in your assignments all throughout the semester in these submission boxes on Track. So really quickly, I'm just going to, let's see, I'm just going to copy and paste this URL, and we'll use this as an example here of what happens when you submit your work. If you hit submit, a couple of things should happen. One, you should get this screen that says you have submitted your work. And then the other thing that you should do, I'm going to go ahead and open up my email here. You should get an email from Trax that says you successfully submitted your work. So you see here, I have this email from Trax that says it was submitted. You get the timestamp. That's how you know that your assignment was submitted. If you didn't get that email, I would submit again. All right, so make sure that you're paying attention to that as it comes through. The other thing I would tell you is every time we have an assignment, you're going to see a rubric here. If you click on this rubric, it'll download it, and this will be what we're grading on. So you have a good idea of what you're going to actually be graded on in terms of the assignments that you're submitting. So every single one of these assignments will have a rubric there as well. Last thing is the gradebook. You can see we don't have a lot in the gradebook right now because only a few things are open right now, but this is where you'll be able to monitor your grades and do that. So a lot of stuff here in Trax. We kind of live in Trax for this class. So if you have any questions, let me or your lab instructor know. So that's a quick look at the Trax system, and I hope it helped you, and I hope you have a great semester here with us in FDUM.